What would you like to be free of? What would you like to declare your independence from? Hello, I'm Fucking Future and welcome to the Vanguard of Light. And today it's a monumentous day. I'm in the heartland of America and it's 4th of July. But let's talk about the 4th of July. It's, obviously, if you're a US citizen, it's a day we declared independence from the British. But I want you to liken that of what do you want to claim your independence from? Is there a frustration? Is there a limitation? Is there a fear? Is there a doubt? Is there a confusion? Because you gotta think it's a perfect day for that. Whether you're from the United States or not, because when the United States declared their independence, it wasn't like they're the superpower that they are now. England was a superpower. It was unheard of to defy England. And here, a small colony of upstarts with only about 5% of the population actually on board with this whole declaring independence decided to step up and be like, you know what, we want to be free from you. We want to leave. We're not going to be part of it anymore. And it wasn't like that, United States said, oh, we're independent now, cool. And England was like, okay, yeah, no worries. We're not going to have a war about that. Now they're like, oh, no. You mine. And I want you to think that's the same with limitations, right? You only need 5% of yourself. 5% of yourself to stand up and be like, you know what? I no longer want this. I no longer want to stand for this in my life. I no longer want to have this. And you can defeat that limitation that feels like a superpower. That feels like it's undefeatable. You can defeat it. So let's go through that. I'm going to give you a hookup. So I'm going to talk about the two things that you're not going to want to get free of. Don't want to get rid of these two things, the number one and the number two things that you don't want to get free of that you think you might. And then I'll bust it down real simple in 3 different ways to find out, okay, what is it that you really want to let go of? You really want to declare your independence from. And then finally, if that all just doesn't work for whatever reason, I'm going to give you the number one tool to remove the number one energy blocker, and it's how you can use your unconscious mind to rewrite your unconscious mind. Because your conscious mind is operating about 7 to 9 bits of information per second. Your unconscious is 400,000. When you're going up against 400,000 bits per second, trying to fight that mega gorilla, you can see why it's like you might feel like a small little colony trying to fight a superpower. But I'm going to give you a tool to win. So first, let's start with the number one thing you don't want to let go of. And the number one thing you don't want to let go of is something that's not yours. Because there might be a limitation you think is yours. That's the first thing I'm going to give you a check on how to not let go of that. Because to let go of a limitation that's yours, you actually have to make it yours and then let it go. So the second one is a limitation that's trying to be put on you. So it's like an external attack that's coming in. And it's like the only way you can let go of that is once again, bring it into you, take it on, and then push it away. Once again, it's like you're doing all the work, bringing it, believing that lie, putting on top of you, and then getting rid of it. So I'm going to show you how to look at those and see okay, is it one of those? Or is it something else that's been, am I picking up someone else's thing, which just never works. You can't solve someone else's limitation. Or is it something that's getting pushed upon me and you got to take it in to then get rid of it? So we're going to eliminate those two right off the gate. It's probably about 90 to 95% of what you're going to bump up against. So how cool is that? We're going to clear that out immediately. So now the 3 different ways. So I want you to think first in your health. Is there something in your health that you want to let go of? And it could be the confusion. It could just be this confusion of, I don't know what to do next. I'm not sure what I need to do about my health. I'm not sure where I want to take it. So it's like we're going to let go of the confusion. Second, it could be a doubt of well, I want to be here, but I doubt I can actually get there. I doubt that can happen. And that's like climbing a mountain vertically. You want that goal, but it's so hard because I doubt I can even do it. I could even do it. So we're going to see if that's the thing of so you got your health of okay, is that what you're bumping up against? Is that, well, I doubt that I can do it. I know what I want. Or it could just be the confusion of I don't, You know, I don't even know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. You know, so just take it in the realm of health. We're just gonna find out what. Okay, what is it? Okay, is it a confusion? Is it a doubt? How about a fear? You know, confusion and doubt's kind of, but a fear of like, I'm just even scared to look. You know, I'm scared to even, even approach that because it's just too painful. So just notice of like, okay, where of those could it possibly be, right? Now we're gonna do the same thing for relationships. So think about relationship. Okay, where are you at with relationships? Is there something in a relationship you want to let go of? Declare your independence from, or is there just a confusion? You know, it's like, do I? Don't I? Do I want to? Do I not want to? I'm just confused. Is that the first layer that you're bumping up against? Or it's a doubt of like, yeah, I do want something different, but I don't think I can get that. I'm not sure I can have it. Or is it just fear? Just a whole bunch of fear. Whether that's getting in, getting out, or it's just, I feel terrified, right? Just notice, okay, what is it that you want to let go of? And then finally, finances, wealth. Where are you at there? Where are you at there? Are you in the, know what I want? I'm going for it, but, or is it just, I'm kind of confused. I'm kind of confused what to do. I'm kind of confused in my next step, or I just doubt, I know what I want, but I just doubt in myself. I just don't think I can do it, right? Or just the fear, just the general fear of like, I know I want some kind of change. I know there's something, but I'm just afraid. I'm just in fear. Or I don't want it to change and I'm afraid it's going to. So just notice where you're at. Of those 3 different areas, where you're at. We're just starting to kind of get you just tuned up as to what kind of change you're looking for. And then we're going to bring in that possibility. So like I said, 1 and 2, things we don't want to let go of. So take that number 1 for your health. And first you want to just check, right? You're going to do this, watch, you're going to get the information. We're going to start tapping in from source here of like, say, is this mine? And this is from Access Energy Transformation. I'll put a link in the description. And just notice if like, just, is this mine, right? And do you get like a lightening sense? Just feel in your body of like, do you feel lighter, right? And if it feels lighter, then yeah, it is yours. Okay, so that's something that we're gonna work on, we're gonna take off. But if it just kind of still feels heavy, right? So you got this confusion, you're like, is this mine, right? And it just kind of feels dark and heavy, and this means it's not yours. It means you're picking it up from other people, pulling it out of their heads, and you're never gonna clear it, you're never gonna solve it. But the simplest thing you gotta do is say, return to sender. Just say, return to sender, right? Just try it. If you get that, it's like kind of still holding on, like this confusion, say, return to sender. Because probably something you're picking up, holding for someone else, whether it's a parent, a friend, that they're in a state of confusion, and you're kind of associating, connecting to them. So you're holding that state of confusion, and it might not even be yours. And watch the opening that happens when you just say like, wait, is this mine? Oh no, return to sender, right? And then the number 2 one, because this stuff is not even yours. The number 2 one is external attack. Now there are dark forces around, and they could be trying to enter your castle, your kingdom, your mind sanctum, and they're trying to push this on top of you of like, hey, this is your issue. And the way to test that is to say, am I under attack? And the same thing of feeling like if you get that lightning, okay, it means you're under attack, right? If you get that lightning of like, oh crap, yeah, I'm under attack, the solution to that is just, I reject all lies. Because they're trying to get you to feel like you have the confusion. So you got to bring the confusion, become confused, and then you'd have to let it go. Versus just being like, oh, wait a second, this isn't mine. This is getting pushed on me because I'm being attacked. So it's just like, oh, okay, I reject all lies. And then watch. You feel that like lightning of like, oh yeah, I'm being attacked. I reject all lies. And that's another thing. You're going to have that awakening because you're letting go of something else. That's not yours. That's not coming in. You're just kind of tuning up in this non-physical one of, hey, this isn't mine. Okay, I'm not taking that on. Hey, wait, I'm getting attacked with this by some dark forces. Nope, I'm not taking it on. And watch that area, whether it was the health, the relationship, the finances, watch you getting an upliftment. You'll get some new information in of like, oh, wait, oh, that isn't mine. I was hung up on it. But those are the quick ones. And if you didn't do that, those would be the long ones, because those are the ones you do all the work to pull it in, and then you have to do all the work to get rid of it, but you would have used all of your own magic to convince yourself that it's actually your issue. So that's why it's real sinister. That's why you got to get those 2. You don't ever want to let them go. You want to confront them and be like, hey, is this mine? No, return to sender. Am I being attacked? No. Or yes, I reject all lies. Those two you get rid of. Okay, so now hopefully you've got some clarity, because this little test to really be like, okay, for my health, where am I at? Okay, what is it that I wanted to declare my independence from on Independence Day? I'm going to be independent from that. And you just put it right now, you just make the declaration. I'm going to be free of that. I'm done of feeling that way, right? Because now it's not someone else's. So you don't have to be, kind of in that doubt, because your spirit's going to be like, hey, wait a second, let's not declare independence from something that's not actually an issue, or something that's coming attacking us. Hey, wait, let's not declare independence from that. Let's, confront that what's attacking us, right? So once you've got those two out the way, now you can make your declaration of like, hey, I'm ready to let this go. So you should have that for your health. You've done your tests. Is there something still there that, boom, I want to be free from? I want to declare my independence from. Or a relationship, Did you do this first test? I want to be free from. And then finally, finances. Did you do the test? I want to be free from. And say you've made it here, right? You've done all the tests, but you're still in confusion. You still lack the clarity that you want. That's when the number one energy blocker comes in, and that's where we start rewriting our unconscious mind. So I want you to check the link. It's going to be a course. It's not a course. It's going to introduce you to the number one energy blocker. It's going to introduce you to a warp gate. That's a tool that I've developed, which uses your unconscious mind to start rewriting your unconscious mind, where you've got 400,000 bits of information going against 400,000 bits of information. And actually it's a 2x, because you split it. Because if your unconscious is rewriting or writing itself at 400,000 and you take 200,000 out, now it's 200 to 200. And now you kind of can start winning, because you could do like affirmations all you want. Like sit down, like say if you're able to stand easily, sit down for an hour, do affirmations. I can't stand, I can't stand, I can't stand, I can't stand, I can't stand up, I can't stand up, I can't stand up. Watch how quickly you will be able to just boom, stand up with no issues. And that's where like affirmations work when you're at a tipping point. But when your unconscious is like, hey, we believe it this way, affirmations, it's like fighting a gorilla. It's not going to work. You need to get your unconscious mind, start rewriting your unconscious mind. And actually, it's even stronger than that, because the warp gate not only gets your unconscious to rewrite your unconscious, it's actually going to use energy work to start rewriting your unconscious. And now you're bringing in source and spirit to start rewriting your unconscious. It's a supercharge. So that's what I'm going to introduce you to. It's called the Release Warp Gate. You can get it. Click the link below. It's going to take you through, install the Release Warp Gate, and clear the number one energy blocker. And that's probably what's kind of jammed you up here, right? Then you're going to clear clarity. So you're going to clear getting clear, because it might not be safe for you to get clear. So getting clear on your health, getting clear on your relationships, getting clear on your finances, which we did in this video. But if you felt a major resistance to that, it's probably not safe to get clear. It's probably not safe for you to have that. And it's kind of like I like to say, if like I was going to give you your number one goal and then all you have to do after it is jump off a cliff, you probably wouldn't want that agreement. It's not worth it. It's not worth to get your number one goal and then jump off a cliff. And that's kind of what these safeties, when you've got these unconscious safety programs where it's like, oh, you can have that, but your safety is going to be challenged. Your unconscious mind's going to be like, well, I don't want that. It's like, oh yeah, we want clarity, but if I get it, then I'm not going to be safe. Unconscious mind's going to be like, yep, no point getting clarity, because on the other side of that, we're not going to be safe. So that's what this clearing is going to give you. That's what the warp gate is. It's set up, like if you follow that link, it's set up to clear the number one energy blocker, which will crack it open, which now you can really start rewriting your unconscious. And then we'll come back and we'll clear on clarity. So what you would do once you've installed that warp gate is come back to this video. I'm going to have a little thing right here. It says clarity. And you just say all of the energetic chains that I have to my mom of, is it safe to get clarity? I release in my highest good, and breathing into your heart chakra. You'll take a moment to feel that in your body, and then you'll jump to the next one of all the energetic chains I have to my dad of, is it safe to get clarity? I release in my highest good. Feeling that in your body, but make sure you follow the link, install the Release Warp Gate, because then that clearing is going to be so much deeper. You can do it now with me in this video. You'll probably feel a little bit. And look, I got fireworks going off. How cool is that? It's happening. I wish I could have timed that. How could I time that any better? You'd have a major release. So get the clearing, install the release warp gate, feel how much deeper it goes, and that will run for probably about 12 hours. It's doing a massive amount of energy work behind the scenes. So check out that link, and until we talk again, have a blessed day or a blessed night.